In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact framework for writing cold emails that scale and fill your account with qualified means so you can blow out your sales targets. If you don't know who I am, I'm Marcus Chan, and after hitting and exceeding my quota 13 years in a row and delivering over 700 million subs in that time, I have made all the mistakes of cold outbound. Today, I'm going to help you avoid them with this private client training I'm pulling from the vault. And if you stay to the very end, I'll even show you as an extra bonus the single cold email that made me over $50,000 using video. Let's dive in. Let's discuss simple cold emails that scale. Ideally, a soft CTA, a soft call to action. Because the only tricky part about emails is when they have objections, they can reply and give the objection, or they can just not respond. If they don't respond, it is what it is, right? You're not going to know. So ideally, your email is so simple, you don't need to scroll at all. It's so simple and it's easy to read. There's no pitch, and it's mobile friendly because they'll typically be able to see the subject line, the first line, and possibly the second line in their inbox on their Android phone, iPhone, whatever phone they're using, all right? Very important. Cool. Before we dive into this very simple framework I'm going to go over with you, there's order subject lines next. I want to discuss the personalization scale. So that way, it's a good reminder of how you can really personalize. All right. So you can see here, everyone wants to add things into a sequence and fire out 1,000 emails, or the companies are making them do that. And you can definitely do that if you want, but just understand the spectrum of results typically. Okay. So you'll see up top here, you'll see this is sales communication. This could be email, text, direct message, etc. There's general, there's hyper-personalized, there's scalability, high scalability, meaning you can do lots of messages, to low scalability. Then you have results and response rate. The low response rates to high response rates. So left side of the spectrum here, meaning very general communication, not personalized at all. We could definitely scale it, but typically our results or our response rates are going to be relatively low. So we are burning through email addresses, burning through prospects, etc. And it might work for some people, but you probably get a lot of unsubs too. All right. Now, on the flip side, you'll have very personalized, low scalability, high response rate. So, for example, sending video emails, it's highly personalized, but you have low scalability because you only have so much time in a day, but you typically get better response rates. And you have to determine for yourself, where do you best fit? Because for some companies, you may have specific KPIs you got to hit, so they want you like here, but can you scale back a little bit as well? All right. Can you be around here? Or can you be in the middle? It just depends. Okay. So just understand that the more personalized, the better it's going to be. It's like when a friend writes you an email, when you feel like it's written to you, you're probably going to respond like, oh, that's really cool. Bob wrote me this email. That's nice to know. So understand that first off. Let's talk about subject lines too, before we dive into some of the frameworks, etc. So subject lines are really important because that's the first thing from a cold email that people are going to determine whether they want to open the email or not. So here's just some ideas, get your brain thinking a little bit. You can list out common problems. So what are common problems they're probably running into? We'll go through some personalization sources in a little bit to really help you with the email personalization. Maybe they were featured in Forbes. Maybe you saw office research they're expanding. Maybe they're opening 5 locations or whatever. So again, this is like very relevant to them as well. To maybe areas you can help as well. So very simple. So maybe it's like, hey, you offer sales training. Maybe you have recruiting service. Maybe it's about AI, whatever. So you can see it's very simple and it makes them curious about what it's about. So they're more likely to open it as well. Just to give some trigger points to think about in terms of your subject line. I wouldn't overthink it. When in doubt, the simpler, the better. When in doubt, the simpler, the better. Now let's go through just a really simple framework here for emails because everything I mentioned still applies, but this is a good one. If you need to do a decent amount of emails and you need to scale a little bit, this is a really simple one that you can do. All right. So for example, I want you to just internalize just the framework because you can apply the same framework across the board and you can tweak to fit you to make it really effective. All right. So subject line, like I mentioned before, relevant topic that makes them curious. Okay. Here's the email copy. Hey, name. Personalization line. If you notice here, if you do just that, cool. That's the only line you need to personalize. And then below, you can show that you understand the potential symptomatic pains or problems. So if you had to do a mass email to everyone because you have certain KPIs to hit, you're like, all right, you could definitely utilize this framework here because I just need to personalize one line and everything else is going to stay the same. Assuming you are targeting the same ideal customer profile and it's the same profile you're looking into, okay? And then a soft CTA. So let me give you a really good example in your email signature, okay? Really simple framework. Example, Inc. 5000, okay? Email copy. Hey, John, congrats on hitting number 487 on the Inc. 5000 list. That is an amazing achievement since you started only 4 years ago. Clearly, I'm doing a little bit ego stroking here, but also it's like, all right, cool. This is written very casual language, and this is also clearly personalized to them. Hey, in chatting with other CEOs of fast-growing startups in the HRIS space, they're usually run into growing pains trying to recruit and hire the right talent. Got a few ideas to create ideas to help. Open and chat. All the best, Marcus. So notice here, I'm not really talking about me at all. I'm not saying, hey, we have this amazing recruitment service. I'm this amazing whatever service. I'm just saying, hey, congrats on you. Here's this big pain here. If you want to go more mass scale, you can also remove the personalization and just say, you can even do that as well. But I find when you add a little bit of personalization like this, that can work really well because now it's like, oh, cool, this person actually did research on me. So you can see there, this is just a really simple framework. Here's another really effective email as well that you can utilize, incorporating the same principles as well. So next, I want to cover personalization sources. This is stuff that you can insert into your cold emails, but also even into your frameworks on the phones to really show them that you actually did your homework and you want to stand out. Some of the stuff might seem a little bit obvious, but a lot of people just don't do this, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because they're busy, they're not thinking about this, but this is how you can really step up because now if they know you did the research, it's really powerful even from a phone framework perspective. It's like, hey, prospect name. Hey, Lisa's Marcus Venley, not expecting my call. Do you have a moment? Oh, yeah, sure. First off, just want to say major congratulations on making the Inc. 5000 list. That's absolutely incredible. So the reason I was reaching out is because I was chatting to a dozen other HR execs in the SaaS space on the West Coast. And you can see how this kind of flows together really nice if you want to combine the same concepts together. Okay, that's really powerful. But let me just break down where some good places to look up companies. For example, may seem obvious, but hey, their website. What's it say on their about or mission page? What are their core values, their focus or initiatives? Are they focused on sustainability, on whatever, right? Like the truth is like you can look up a lot of companies and there's so much on their site. Let's just say, for example, if I look up Under Armour, let's just go to their site and let's take a look. Search a little bit. All right, I can like go to About Us, our story, right? And you can just find out about what's key to them, right? What's important to them, right? There's so much stuff what they're focused on right here. You can go to their newsroom, what's new in the news. You can go into investor relations. You can see there's so many places you can go right here. But just to make it really, really simple, because every page is going to be a little different. Go to the About section of mission, core values, focus initiatives, press releases, news page, what's new and hot they're excited about. We just saw a bunch of proc stuff they got coming out, right? New product services, recognition or awards, expansion, new locations, merger, acquisition, etc. So what are they talking about? Usually they're doing a press release, so they're excited about something. Resources, blog, page, what's their focus, okay? Case studies, testimonials, whatever. So you take the time to actually do the due diligence. Like I was pretty quick there. We found a bunch of stuff pretty quickly. We didn't even open some of the stuff. We didn't even read it. But there's a lot of really powerful stuff. Like I guarantee if we listen to the press release, they have really powerful things we can learn quite a bit about. LinkedIn page, all right, so decision maker, right? What are they talking about on their personal notes and their about section? What about links in their feature section? What's their job history experience? What are they putting in there? What are the notes? What links they have in there? What are posts they've posted? What posts have they engaged on? Recommendations they've received or given? Potential common network connections. You have to be careful with some of these because, let's just say, for example, if they post something like a year ago and you're like referencing that, okay, that might be a little strange, all right? If you go on their post and you engage on that post from a year ago, it might be a little bit odd. Just find some good EQ with that, all right? Same with network connections because if they have a big audience, if you're like, hey, do you know Bobby Smith? Like, no, I don't remember accepting Bobby Smith's request. Who knows? So you have to have just exercise some emotional intelligence because it's like, all right, cool. If Bobby Smith also worked at the same company they worked at 3 years ago, might be a little bit different connection. Now you can tie those things together. Social media pages of the company. So very similar to the website. What can you uncover on? What are they posting on all their platforms? What's important to them? How about review sites? What review sites saying on them? And it depends on obviously, what they sell, product or service, etc. What are those sites saying? If they're publicly traded, how about earnings transcripts, 10K reports, SEC filings? And really, this is like as simple as like Googling it. This is obviously more so for publicly traded companies, but This type of stuff can really tell you so much about a company, what their focus is, what are their initiatives, what they want to accomplish. I like the earnings transcripts because they're usually answering to analysts. So the analysts are going to dive in deep about specific things. They're going to see trends and see what they've been talking about. They'll say, hey, listen, I noticed that you guys have been talking about this new CRM that you've been trying to implement for the last 3 years. How's that going? How's it helped sales? So stuff like that, you'll see, wow, that's really interesting. Depending on what you sell, you might be able to leverage that specific thing. Okay, so really key. How about hidden forums? Are they Reddit forums? Are there industry-specific forums that they're getting talked about? Just taking a little bit of time to have Google alerts or doing Google search can be super powerful, because sometimes these sites, they always change. What's popular right now for the sites, 5 years from now might be totally different. So you just need to take the time and do this. By taking a little bit of time, similar to the market research, this helps you improve everything from your copy to everything else. All right, really important. Okay, but this helps you understand, like, hey, if I want to incorporate one line of personalization, what can I put in there? Okay, these are some sources right here. So the next, we're going to cover video emails. Now, video emails, very similar rules apply from above. So this is like nothing crazy, but the same rules from above. I'm not going to go through the rules again, but the same rules above. But there are some additional notes that's important, though. For example, you want to make sure if you're doing a video email, there's good lighting, good energy as well, and really ideally less than 30 seconds. Okay? And it was very soft CTA. You want your email copy short and simple as well. Your goal is to get them to watch the video and then reply. I also recommend including a GIF in the email as well. What you don't want to do is attach the email as a file. You want to use there's a lot of different softwares out there. I personally use Vidyard, but you might have one that you prefer, your company prefers you to use. They all have really great benefits, etc. But use a software so you can just insert a link with a GIF, so that way it's very easy for them to see. And ideally a moving GIF, right? And your video script can be very similar to the email framework. All right. And then the background of the video should be clear. It's made for them too. So curiosity is really powerful. So for example, here is a sample email, sample video right here. Let me play this really quick.
Hey John, what's going on? Marcus Chan here. First off, congratulations on making 85,000 list. That's absolutely incredible. One of the reasons I reached out is because in speaking with over 50 different CEOs of fast-growing startups like yours, one of the biggest challenges we're running into this year is finding and hiring the right talent for their company. So I got a couple different cool ideas. I did see that you're hiring right now. Let me know if you're open to chat more about that. I look forward to hearing from you super soon. Take care. See ya.
All right, so I'm not sure if you could hear that when we recorded this, but I'll include a link for this video below as well. But a couple things, when you play, like, you can hear my energy. If you notice, even what I said from a framework perspective, it's very similar to what I wrote in the prior cold email right above here. Very similar to this. I mean more casual because I'm talking, okay? Really key. Also, let me just refresh this, but you can see it says, hi, John. Oh, it's really interesting. You could have, this is just a Google site. You can have their LinkedIn pulled up or something else, but clearly made for them, so they're more open to do it. And then I made a little GIF here to the sun moving, so it makes them curious, like, what's going on here? What's really going on? All right. So really powerful. Okay. And then let me show you as well. This is how you can do an email. So you have this Gmail open here. Their name, made this for you. John made this for you. All right. And my copy is very simple here. Hey, John, made this short video for you. And then I inserted this email right here. All right. Boom. Hi, John. And it's 29 seconds long. It might be hard to see. I'm moving this GIF. Just click here to watch, John. That's it. And then my email signature. That's just super simple. So now they're gonna be curious, like, what is this about? They're more likely to click on it and then watch it, and hopefully they'll respond and say, yeah, I'm interested.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this cold email breakdown. And if you like our help to help you customize your frameworks and you want direct coaching help for your entire sales process, then go ahead and book a call with my team below. And if you'd like to see exactly how to build an awesome lead list using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, I'll see you in this next video right here.